Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, distinguished participants of the forum, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to address the 6th World Environmental Summit today, an important international platform established on the initiative of Japan that brings together organizations, businesses, researchers, policymakers, and representatives of civil society committed to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Taking this opportunity, I would like, on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Uzbekistan in Japan, to express our sincere appreciation to the organizers for hosting this prestigious international forum. This year's meeting carries special significance as it's being held shortly after World Environment Day, established by the United Nations to raise global awareness of environment protection and sustainable development. Today, environmental sustainability is no longer solely an environmental issue. It has become a matter of economic resilience, social stability, and human security. Climate change, land degradation, water scarcity, and environmental pollution are increasingly affecting economic development, food security, and the quality of life of millions of people around the world. For Central Asia, these challenges are particularly acute. Desertification, shrinking glaciers, and growing water shortages have become key obstacles to the sustainable development of our region. According to international assessments, climate change, water scarcity, and glacier degradation are creating serious challenges for sustainable development in Central Asia. In response to these challenges, Uzbekistan regards environmental transition not as a cost of development, but as an investment in future prosperity and national competitiveness. Today, Uzbekistan is implementing a comprehensive environmental reform agenda focused on biodiversity conservation, sustainable waste management, urban greening, and environmental education. By 2030, Uzbekistan plans to expand specially protected natural areas to 21% of the country's territory, reduce harmful atmospheric emissions by almost 11%, and establish dendrological and botanical gardens in all regions of the country. Uzbekistan is expanding waste-to-energy infrastructure to improve waste management and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Distinguished colleagues, when discussing Uzbekistan's environmental experience, it's impossible not to address the tragedy of the Aral Sea, one of the greatest environmental disasters of modern times. Over several decades, the Aral Sea has almost disappeared, while millions of hectares of former seabed have become a source of toxic salt and dust stores, affecting human health and ecosystems far beyond the region. Yet, what was once a symbol of ecological catastrophe is gradually being transformed into a platform for environmental restoration, scientific research, innovation, and international cooperation. In recent years, nearly 2 million hectares of protected forests have been planted on the dried seabed of the Aral Sea, making it one of the largest environmental restoration initiatives. International recognition has been given to the initiative of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev, who in 2018 proposed the establishment of the United Nations Multi-Partner Human Security Trust Fund for the Aral Sea region. Another important milestone was the adoption by the United Nations General Assembly of a resolution declaring the Aral Sea region a zone of environmental innovations and technologies. In 2026, President Shavkat Mirziyoyev advanced a new initiative to establish the Clean Air for Central Asia Interstate Consortium, aimed at combining regional efforts to modernize industrial enterprises and introduce advanced emission control technologies. To further promote practical cooperation, the Eco Expo Central Asia platform has been launched to facilitate investment flows and to transfer the cutting-edge environmental technologies. On June 4, 2026, during the 8th Assembly of the Global Environment Facility, Uzbekistan proposed the designation of the ancient city of Samarkand as the green investment and innovation capital of Central Asia. We envision Samarkand not only as a historic crossroads of civilizations, but also as a leading regional center for green innovation, climate finance, and sustainable development. Furthermore, Uzbekistan has expressed its readiness to join the community of donor countries of the Global Environment Facility, and as a member of its governing bodies, intends to actively support regional environmental initiatives and strengthen international cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, environmental sustainability is one of the key priorities of Uzbekistan to 2030 strategy. Our reforms are focused on building a green economy through clean energy development, efficient water use, biodiversity conservation, and the climate resilience, fully aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement. Uzbekistan regards the green economy as a new development model for the 21st century, one capable of simultaneously ensuring economic growth, industrial modernization, and an improved quality of life. With the support of international financial institutions, large-scale projects are being implemented across the country to restore forests and rehabilitate degraded lands, with total investments exceeding $150 million. A national target has been set to increase forested areas to 6.1 million hectares by 2030. A special place in Uzbekistan's environmental policy is occupied by the energy transition. With over 300 sunny days annually, Uzbekistan has significant renewable energy potential. By 2030, the country aims to increase the share of renewable energy and electricity generation to 25% through major solar and wind energy projects. Uzbekistan fully supports the implementation of the Paris Agreement and international efforts to combat climate change. Under its updated national determined contribution, the country has committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions per unit of GDP by 50% by 2035, compared with 2010 levels. For Central Asia, effective water resource management remains a matter of strategic importance. Uzbekistan is introducing modern water-saving technologies while promoting regional cooperation on transboundary water resources based on mutual trust and shared responsibility. At the same time, biodiversity conservation remains an important priority through the expansion of protected areas and ecosystem restoration projects. Distinguished colleagues, no environmental strategy can succeed without public participation. Climate change, water scarcity, desertification, and biodiversity loss do not recognize national borders, and therefore require collective action by the international community. This is precisely why Uzbekistan actively promotes environmental initiatives with the United Nations, international financial institutions, regional organizations, and global climate forums. In 2025, Samarkand hosted the first International Climate Forum and the CITES COP20 World Wildlife Conference, both of which became important platforms for advancing climate and biodiversity agenda. Our country advocates strengthening global climate partnerships, expanding financing for green projects, and promoting the transfer of environmentally sound technologies. Japan has long been one of Uzbekistan's most trusted partners in promoting sustainable development, environmental protection, and technological innovations. We see significant potential for further cooperation in green technologies, renewable energy, water management, and environmental education. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity has reached a moment when environmental decisions have become decisions about the future of civilization itself. The experience of Uzbekistan demonstrates that environmental policy can simultaneously serve as a policy of economic growth, modernization, and improved public well-being. Uzbekistan remains firmly committed to the principles of international cooperation, sustainable development, and environmental responsibility. Our country stands ready to continue contributing actively to the construction of a future in which economic growth, social progress, and environmental protection do not contradict one another, but rather reinforce one another. We are prepared to share our experience, participate in joint initiatives, and contribute to achieving global climate objectives. The tragedy of the RLC taught us a profound lesson. Environmental neglect always carries a cost, while environmental responsibility creates opportunities for future generations. Let's work together to ensure that future generations inherit not the consequences of environmental crisis, but the benefits of our collective actions today. Let this summit serve as another important step towards that shared future. Thank you very much for your attention. ありがとうございます。